Hello, welcome to my channel and outdoor gym, where I hope to inspire you to live an outdoor life. Today I'm entering the San Jacinto wilderness. I'm going to do some backpacking up here, and then I'm going to climb the San Jacinto peak. This is a pretty popular Southern California hike, pretty easy to get to. In fact, you can day trip this easily. I'm carrying a backpack up on this trip. And I'll be staying at Strawberry Junction. Currently planning for 2 nights. Leave camp to do the peak and come back to the same camp. Anyway, I just got my permit and I'm heading up the side of the hill to the trail. Well, I just finished my bicycle ride down the coast, which I ended early. I decided not to do California. So I just rode all of Washington and all of Oregon. And I'm in really great shape, and I'm searching out wilderness experiences. So I did a couple training hikes when I got back, to adjust the muscles from bicycling to hiking. Now I'm going to do San Jacinto, and then next week my son and I are going to go and attempt Mount Whitney. So that's the impetus behind this trip. San Jacinto is, like I said, very easy to get to. It's a Southern California staple, if you will. Lots of people do it. In fact, you can take the tram up from the other side and easily do it in a day. So anyway, I'll be hiking up to Strawberry Junction, setting up camp, and leaving for the peak in the morning. The trip starts in Idlewild, a charming mountain town nestled at about 5,400 feet in the San Jacinto Mountains. You can access the Deer Springs Trail from there. This is one of the classic routes to San Jacinto Peak. This trail is a challenging but rewarding path through the Mount San Jacinto State Park Wilderness and the San Bernardino National Forest. It's a journey that climbs over 5,000 feet across roughly 9 miles one way to the summit, winding through old-growth pine forests and offering a taste of Southern California's wild high country. The trail's history goes back to the early days of exploration in the region, with settlers first climbing San Jacinto Peak in the 1870s. Strawberry Junction is a key crossroads at about 8,000 feet. Here, the Deer Springs Trail meets the Pacific Crest Trail stretching from Mexico to Canada. Strawberry Junction itself is a serene spot, often a rest point for hikers and PCT thru hikers in the spring and fall. From here, I choose the back way to the peak, heading northbound on the PCT before veering towards the summit via a less traveled route that skirts the eastern flank of the mountain. Well, camp is set up at Strawberry Junction. The permit was $5. And then tomorrow I've got to go the back way to climb because there's no water available up here except going along the Pacific Crest Trail. So I'm going to go that route to fill up with water, go up to the peak tomorrow, and then come back down, decide if I'm going to stay the night or hike down after getting the peak. Anyway, it's beautiful up here. I laid out for a little bit of sun tanning, and now I'm enjoying the evening. Good night. To the southwest, Lake Hemet glints faintly near the base of the San Jacinto Range. At about 4,300 feet, this man-made reservoir, built in 1895, spans 470 acres and is a quiet retreat for fishing and boating, framed by pine-covered hills. Good morning. It's the morning of my hike up San Jacinto. Spent the night here in Strawberry Junction and did some sunbathing up on those rocks last night. It's very nice, very peaceful. One scary thing is pine cones fall out of the trees kind of constantly. You kind of hear them in the middle of the night, but the scary part is thinking about them landing on you, on your head or something while you're sitting out. Anyway, very beautiful. It's about a 5.5 mile hike to the top. It's an 11-mile round trip. I'll be heading out now. So they said you had to carry all your water up because the springs were
weren't running. They said this Wellman Junction had a spring, and so it's about 3 miles from camp. It's pretty much out of water this morning, but yeah, it's so lovely to see that. After my bike ride, I was in really good shape, so I did a little bit of hiking, got my legs converted from biking to hiking mode, and I'm climbing San Jacinto this weekend. So I did like a 5-mile hike up to Strawberry Junction from Idlewild. It's a $5 pass from the state park system. And then it's a little dry up here, so it was about another 3 miles up to this spring on the way to the peak. So I'm filling up with water here. It's absolutely lovely up here. Spent the night. Beautiful views. You're still close to civilization, so you can see the lights down in the valley below. But just had a wonderful time.
Sitting atop Palomar Mountain, about 70 miles southwest of San Jacinto Peak, is the Palomar Observatory. This iconic astronomical site has been a beacon of discovery since it opened in 1948. Its 200-inch Halley telescope was the world's largest for decades, peering into the cosmos to unlock secrets of distant galaxies and stars. This path opens up stunning views to the east, where you can see the Palm Springs Aerial Tramways mountain station, perched at 8,500 feet. The tram, one of the steepest and largest rotating systems in the world, carries visitors up nearly 6,000 feet from the desert floor. A stark contrast to the rugged ascent that you make on the trail. There are a lot of different ways to get up to the top of San Jacinto. I did the Deer Springs Trail out of Idlewild. A lot of people will come up on the tram. I'm trying to see if I can get it on camera. Basically comes up from the Palm Springs side. Ah, there it is. And you come up to this little tram house. And then from there, a lot of people will just stop and look at the views. But you can get on the trail, get the peak, and then take the tram back down. The hike from the Palm Springs Aerial Tramways mountain station at 8,500 feet to San Jacinto Peak covers a round-trip distance of approximately 11 miles with a 2,300-foot elevation gain. Starting with a half-mile descent into Long Valley Ranger Station, hikers must obtain a free, self-issued day-use wilderness permit for Mount San Jacinto State Park Wilderness, while overnight camping requires a separate advance permit. The well-marked route, taking 5 to 8 hours round trip, offers pine-shaded paths and exposed rocky sections. The stone shack near the summit of San Jacinto Peak is a historic emergency shelter with a fascinating backstory tied to the mountain's rugged past. Built in 1935 by the Civil Conservation Corps, a New Deal program that put young men to work during the Great Depression, this sturdy structure was designed to provide refuge for hikers and horseback riders caught in sudden storms or other emergencies atop the 10,834-foot peak. The CCC, active in Mount San Jacinto State Park from 1933 to the late 30s, was tasked with developing infrastructure in the newly established park, which had been acquired in 1933 through local efforts to preserve the area's wilderness. The last stretch is a scramble to San Jacinto Peak, standing at 10,834 feet, the highest point in Riverside County and the second tallest in Southern California. The summit is a rocky crown offering a 360-degree view that will take your breath away, literally and figuratively. Standing here, the mix of rugged wilderness and distant landmarks tells a story of contrast: desert lowlands, alpine heights, and human footprints like the tram and observatory, all woven into this vast tapestry. It's a reminder of why San Jacinto Peak, with its steep north escarpment rising over 10,000 feet in just 7 miles, is one of the most topologically prominent peaks in the U.S. This hike from Idlewild through Strawberry Junction, up the back way to the summit, is a journey through time, nature, and sheer awe.